This is the Mr. Landscape drip irrigation system I picked up at Lowe's. This is the timer here at the very beginning. Make sure you purchase a brass double spigot here so your hose you can still use in your backyard. I say brass because plastic I always have a leak with. The timer unit goes on first, backflow, stop water from going back into your pipes, pressure reducer because you have so much pressure coming to your wall, and then basically just an adapter that adapts this 1/2 inch hose that runs out. I've buried it under the ground here. This is a 1/2 inch. Make sure you get the stiff kind if you're doing it outside in a container garden, and I'll talk about that, why the stiff kind versus the very flexible kind in just a moment. So the Mr. Landscaper timer, I have it set up to run 1 time a day for 30 minutes in the morning. I've buried the 1/2 inch hose underneath the ground, which is real easy. One reason why you want to choose the more rigid kind, so you can step on it without interrupting the flow. It comes out of the ground, and then I have it go into 20 pots, containers, 7-gallon pots, growing okra, tomatoes, peppers. Running down the fence acts as a nice wind blocker. It might even be okay without it. And you can see here my spacing. From the 1/2 inch hose that runs on top of the pot, I have here the 1/4 inch very flexible hose, and also spent a little extra money. These are about maybe 75 cents a piece or something to that effect, buying in packs of 3. Drippers, I'll run those in just a moment, show you how that works, but I'm just going to put it right back down here, make sure it gets a good even spray along the top of my pot here, which is 2 inches of mulch, and then I have my soil down in the 7-gallon container. Into the 1/2 inch, it's very easy to punch a hole. I was worried about leaks with this, but it has not leaked a drop. It's been terrific. I listed this video under drip irrigation, and I showed you an emitter that's a little bit of both. It can be a drip irrigator. You can also, it has an adjuster on top, you can loosen it. If you have a bigger pot and you don't want to put down 2 drip irrigators like I didn't to maybe save some money, I'm just turning it into a sprayer, covers more surface area. So just a little modified drip irrigation. Don't waste money on the sprinklers that turn around that look real cute. They'll work for a few days and they're filled with debris, and it'll be a big headache. You won't notice until the plant is dead. This kind you see here is the kind to stick with. The only problem I had during installation is the very end of the line here, my last punch here. I have put a crank in my hose and put on this simple plastic thing. That's all comes, you can buy all this stuff at the Lowe's, just to stop the flow. Problem is, if you don't choose a rigid hose like this, and most of the kits come with this, it's actually cheaper than the real flexible kind that you get at a more professional garden shop. You can't make this crimp at the end. The hose has too much flex in it, so I had to switch hoses and go back to this cheap, more rigid stuff. And that's it.